I guess it's time to begin. It's always a lot of times I'll look at the concurrent viewers. Am I talking loud enough? Is this thing close enough to my head? A lot of times I'll look at the concurrent viewers and I'll think to myself, only 20 people, huh? But then I think to myself, what would it be like if I were in my living room and there were 20 people staring at me? That would be pretty bizarre. Um, Especially because my living room, isn't really big enough to fit that many people. So that would be a weird thing. Hey everybody, how's it going? I hope everybody's doing well. This is my second stream of the week. I don't like streaming that much, but there were a lot of questions and concerns regarding the contest and Orica thing, so I went ahead and did that. If you aren't aware that that's a thing, go check it out. I talked to Danny, the one of the co-founders of Orica, and just answered some of the questions regarding that, because there is a big contest happening where you can win a whole lot of money in cash. I am wondering if you can even hear me, because my little YouTube thing here says that my audio bitrate is 0. You apparently can. So I guess we're good. Although I don't see anything in the chat. So, very awkward stream. Had an awkward day. And I didn't sleep much as usual. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, that contest. If you have any questions about the contest and I happen to be looking over there, let me know. I want as many people to participate in that as possible. As always, I really like those things. And just to let you know, with contests that I try and do as many of them as I can, even though, I haven't had that many. But as the channel grows, I've been trying to do more and more contests, because generally they're like, when you think of like any company, whether it be like a software company or a hardware company, or this is a little different with Orica, but generally, like, companies, they have budgets, and they don't, a lot of this stuff, especially in pro audio, it's kind of this like, there is no path really on how to make something work. Nobody really knows. There is no, like, there's even like a press agency that only handles pro audio stuff, it seems, and they seem to like have all the things that, I don't know, like Waves plugins and older things like that. Yeah, so anyway, nobody really knows how to get something off the ground in general, especially in pro audio. And so I think that rather than giving that money to Facebook or Instagram or whatever, or YouTube for adverts, have a contest and give away prizes to my viewers, or to any musician or whatever. And also, it's not so much about the prize, but I do think that, like, if you have this financial incentive of some sort, or whether it be like you win a piece of hardware, or you win software, or you win just cash, which is the case with the Orca thing, it is a reason. It's like a kick in the butt to go write music, which, we're all musicians, but we all don't really make as much time as we could to be writing music. So, yeah, it's a nice kick in the butt, because you might not win. You might not win first, second, or third place, and that's totally okay. But you will have written music and made a song, and that's awesome. So, yeah. Anyway, so today we're looking at I don't see any chat activity, and that honestly makes me wonder if I am like completely delusional and not actually online. So I'm going to open up a browser really fast and just make sure that I haven't lost my mind entirely. Over here, let's see if I actually am streaming or if it's all a lie. Okay, it should be. All right, I hear myself. Oh, I see. Okay, so there is tons of chat activity. I just don't see it in my little YouTube winner here. Okay, so, or YouTube winner, more like YouTube loser, my YouTube window. Okay, now I see. Wow. All right, sorry guys. Yeah, it just wasn't showing me any chat activity. All right. Sorry about that. That's odd. Thanks, YouTube. You're great. YouTube's been awesome lately. Let me tell you about YouTube. I got shadow banned essentially, which I probably complained about last week, but I think it's like a combination of not saying paid promotion on something where I had an Audible, where I talked about Audible for a second, and I think also having anything to do with crypto gets you shadow banned. Like even if you just mention like, oh hey, we could use NFTs this way, then automatically you're like in the crypto thing. So that sucks. It's kind of like starting over. But if I didn't have a Patreon, I would be devastated by it. But instead, it just feels like me and my crew are just hanging out in the Discord and on Patreon, and we're just on our own little island. And it doesn't really matter if YouTube doesn't allow it or not, because we're going to do whatever we want. All right, so I'm glad that I haven't lost my mind. Yeah, that's my thing with contests. To go back to that, that's the awesome thing about contests, is that it, more so than just giving a prize to somebody or somebody winning a prize, everybody, it sounds cheesy, but the real prize is that you've like been motivated to write music and you get to keep it. It doesn't like belong to the contest. So who is going to judge? So it's going to be a public vote. And before you say no, it's going to be a public vote that is kind of like very carefully looked at by human beings. And obviously, if one submission has 100,000 votes and the other one has 2, then we know that that one with the 100,000 votes, or 1,000, or even 100 votes, we know that that person probably has a massive social media presence. So we're going to weight it accordingly. We're going to use common sense. We're not just going to like have a spreadsheet with like all of the shortlists. And then, depending on how many there are, there might, if we only get like 30 submissions, it's not that big of a deal. But if we get like hundreds, then we're going to have a short list of the ones that got the highest public vote. And then we're going to, myself, Nicola Claudine, and Mr. Bill will be essentially just scoring them privately. You won't know what score you got, but we'll be scoring them. And then the one with the highest consecutive added up score will win first, second, and third place. First place is 2,000 in whatever crypto you want. Second one is 500. Third place is $300 US dollars. So significant amount of money. It's pretty good, and I think that this way it's like kind of a good way of like having the public have a say, and also removing that much capability of just the most popular person winning, because we don't want that either. And so this is kind of like the Goldilocks zone. There is no perfect way to run a contest like this, as the widespread election fraud rumors of last year would show you, that it's even hard to run a president contest. Right. Yeah. And YouTube is definitely always a mess. Always. Maybe it wasn't before YouTube or before Google bought it. And it's funny because a lot of people recommend this other site. I keep forgetting what it is, and they're like, you should just upload your videos there. And I was like, oh, interesting. There's like another option, and that I guess I could use instead of YouTube. That's like a video hosting site, and it turns out that it's like a site that's used for like anti-vaxxers and all the stuff that YouTube bans. Like, yeah, speaking of the election fraud thing, like that sort of scene. And also, more importantly, as much as I would love to, if I get shadow banned unfairly or something like that, as much as I would love to say like, you know what, YouTube, go fuck yourself, I'm going to go to a different network. The problem is that like I'm going to have significantly less views, significantly less reach. There's not going to be any contests in the future because nobody's going to see my content, and stuff like this, what you see, Devious Machines isn't going to reach out and say, hey, check out our stuff, and I'm going to check it out and say, hey, it's pretty cool, I'll feature it on a stream. And just so you know, I don't like to feature something on a stream like this. I'm not like getting any, financial incentive. I got a free license. Sometimes I only get a subscription if it's something like that. And however, what I do bargain for to have something on my stream, just so you know, so I'm transparent about how this channel works, what I do bargain for my patrons have to get a coupon. And so if you are a patron and you like what you see here, there's a 10% off coupon that is only for patrons. And you could join my Patreon for as little as $1 and get that coupon. So what my weird fantasy of where I want my Patreon to be is I want everybody to just save money from being my patron, which sounds crazy, but I believe it's possible. And if you bought any like mod devices stuff, like if you bought like a mod duo or something like that, like those are pricey and they're really nice, obviously. Then you definitely have saved money by using the coupons that are exclusive to my Patreon. Okay. So, yeah, in Joel, that's a good question. In the future, I would like to have that. That could be fun. Like a thing, but even as a prize, I mean, I guess like saying the person who does the best, the person who makes the best song gets my help. That's kind of silly, right? Because like they're probably making a track better than what I could make, right? So I guess like the person who does the worst gets my help. But more so, there is something that I have. I don't want to like give any. I mean, this is just like an idea that I'm throwing around. But I have a friend who makes a very popular podcast. His name is Joe Rogan. No, I have a friend who makes a popular podcast. And some of you probably would have heard of it. And I'm not going to like name it unless I make this video. But he's in town soon, and I may do a video where I give him an audio makeover because I could listen to his podcast and be like, there's some things that I might change here and there to make it a little bit easier on the ears when listening in the car on my earbuds or something like that. And so I think that could be interesting. And I think that could also be interesting for like, I have a friend who is a producer who just doesn't really have any confidence in their mastering or engineering. And, maybe something like that. Like, let's take their track and give them a mastering job for free and take you along on the journey. Something like that could be fun. Okay, so to enter the contest, you would go to contest.benjordan.com. And you will see a Google Forms that has all of the terms and rules spelled out in plain English by yours truly. Because I have effectively done enough licensing with audio in my life to where I can now just essentially be a lawyer and write those things. Or at least, I'm familiar enough with what the terminology means. So, you want a recap of what I'm talking about? I'm a babbling idiot. That's what I'm talking about. Like I've talked about 7 different things in the last minute, and none of them are connected. Yeah, that's like asking for a recap of like what a 5-year-old's talking about. Like, yeah, he was talking about the peas on his plate a minute ago, and now he's, yelling at his hand. All right, yeah, I do have a Discord. If you sign up for my Patreon, you can get on it. And I think that if some people, they sign up and they don't know how to get on the Discord, and I do get every now and then I get comments saying like, hey, can I get a Discord invite? And if that happens to you, I think if you just search Discord, you should find the post that has the Discord invite link on it. And for anybody else who's like a member of the Discord, if you ever see comments like that, sometimes I don't see them right away. Just because like most of my day, my notifications are turned off. Otherwise, my head would just explode. So, yeah, if you see them and you're in Discord and you just right click that and invite, if like one of the Discord mods see that, then, feel free to invite those people. Yeah. And the Discord's awesome. I don't know how many members there are. I'm not on that computer at the moment, but there's a bunch, like 400 and some odd. And there's a bunch of chat rooms that have different things, subjects. So that's really nice and cool. Oh, the contest. Okay. Sorry. The contest is go to contest.benjordan.com and go to orica.io. And you should kind of know everything. It's basically a marketplace I don't want to say market, but when I say NFT marketplace, it sounds like every other NFT marketplace. It's not that. It's a platform that allows you to essentially uh, build initial offerings with your own artwork. So if you wanted to fund a project, an album or something like that before, or movie or whatever it is that you do, if you wanted to fund that and then actually share the profits off of a successful project and have people invest in your art, all you, I mean, this isn't like you wouldn't be doing it through another company. This is just like a project to enable that to happen. Something that I think would be an interesting turn of events for the future of audio and art, because things are kind of bleak right now, if you haven't noticed. Yes, Patreon members do get a discount for Bandcamp music. It's listed there. I think that like the $10 folks get a 90% discount, because that's as much as Bandcamp will allow you to give. Yeah. And also, by the way, if you're broke, I don't care if you pirate my music. Just saying. Like, I'm still in that mindset. I like piracy because broke people can still... I always consider it a benefit if somebody's listening to my music. So if you can't afford it, feel free to pirate it. Pirate anything I make. I don't really care. I trust that if you have enough money to spend on intellectual property, that you'll kick it up. I bought WinRAR eventually. That was how I knew that I made it in the music industry. I went over to winrar.com and I actually paid for a license for the first time after 25 years of using it. Yeah. So, all right. So let's look at this. This is the most boring of the Devious Machines plugins, to be honest. It's just a ducker, essentially. So, oh, maybe I should press play here. That's what it does. Oh, I'm also using Surge, by the way. For anybody who doesn't have Surge, go get Surge right now. It's on sale right now for nothing. It's open source. It was like my favorite plugin back in the day. It's just a super nice interface. It sounds really nice. I'll disable this ducker for a moment. It's a really nice interface. It sounds really, really nice. I like how the oscillators sound on it. I wonder if I could get like an initialize patch here. Yeah. Initialize saw. I mean, you're not going to be able to like really judge this on a stream, are you? But yeah, it does. It just sounds very good. And then the pads in it, I don't have any of my original. It kind of reminds me of, man, there's like, I can't remember the name. I know that Arturia made a thing. It was a Casio keyboard that has this like pulse wave synthesis. And this plugin nails it very well. Oh, it has FM. It's not the most impressive FM in the world, but I'm trying to think. Oh, there's so many things here. See if I get like an electric piano. Maybe a bell. I hate it when I'm tired and I like can't read. If you ever get that, like I feel like when I'm tired, my eyes are just blurrier or something. And anyway, yeah, I know that there is a new UI skin, and it's VST3 now. See, look at this. Boop. You ever seen anything like that? Yeah, that's VST3 up in here. I wonder if I can actually change the UI skin. I've never bothered. Mouse behavior. I mean, I don't mind the UI skin just because it brings me back to when I, didn't spend 6 months worrying about a snare drum. Oh yeah, it has MPE support too. Bam! What a great job they did. Yeah, I am very tired. I am, yeah. CZ series. I am very, very tired. I probably slept about 3.5 hours last night. And I was going to go to bed early tonight, and then I checked my email, and instead I have something due in the morning. Okay, so let's go back to these plugins here. So yeah, Duck is, let's just start with this because we're probably not going to spend that much time here because there are a few different things that do this. Although this one does sound pretty smooth because it does have smoothing after all. Obviously, this is probably better to use on drums. All right. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm using a window that's not open right now. Pitch Monster is one that I haven't really looked at that much. I know that it's a pretty powerful, oh, okay, so we use MIDI. So I better get a drum beat going then. Let's see. Let's go slow today. Since I'm tired, slow would be nice. Let's choose a beat. Like a 75 BPM maybe? Ooh, yeah. All right. I don't even know why I have these samples. At some point. All right, now let's slow this down to 75. My keyboard does not work with the transport. I wonder if it works with anything. Can I like rename something here? No. You know what it is? It's Synergy because I'm using... There we go. I'm brilliant. I figured it out. All right. I want to use a vocoder, so I will make a MIDI out track. This is what I assume how it works. Port 15, Pitch Monster can come in input from there. All right. Let's play this here loop. There we go. All right. So let's see if this works. Oh, you know what? I bet this isn't really working the way that I would expect a vocoder to work. I see. I understand what's happening now. I pretend that I understand what's happening now. So this would work better for something that's actually like a vocal. I mean, why not my voice? I could just mute myself here and then bridge it in this way. Let's do that. I'm going to mute myself here so it doesn't feed back. So shh.
Okay. All right. So this is how it works. This maybe we can take the drums and put them somewhere else. All right. Maybe we can take the drums and put them somewhere else. Maybe we can put the drums somewhere else. Not so bad. All right. Testing. Test.
So it follows my voice. Oh, wow. So granular. So to answer your question, I made a MIDI out here, which you could just, it's in miscellaneous. And then I went output port 15, then inside the effect settings, input port 15, and then we can
play everything.
Wow, so I can
Always have a harmonizer. Nice. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Wow. All right.
Great. And then what does a normal do? Oh, okay, so I got it. I like MIDI. I'm going to stick with MIDI. Format. It's pretty useful. Vocode. Yeah, and then vocode just has me always speaking in a monotone, so I can just talk and it sounds like I'm singing in tune. My resolution is 2K, usually 4K, 2K for this stream. So my let me change my mic back over here. My resolution is 2K streams. It's sort of like a halfway between 4K and 1080. If I did 1080, everything would be massive and like it would just be junky. But anyway, yeah, I realize that it's a little difficult sometimes. I think this is a, yeah, look at that. It's a 3.0. I could have done this the whole time. Sorry about that. Well, anyway, moving on. We will check out, oh yeah, texture. Okay, so texture. I'm like saving the awesome one, the awesomest, newest one for last. So this is texture. I'm just going to play the drum loop through it. Okay. So texture's kind of a creative plugin, to say the least. That's kind of hard to describe what it does with this functionality. So if I want to add dirt, trying to think of a good preset to just sort of, all right, musical drone. Maybe we could just have like a quick synth. Wonder if they just have, oh, a male vocal, perfect. So this is pretty much what it does at its core, But you could obviously get very, very creative with it. And you could drag in your own sample, which I didn't even realize. Oh, wow, cool. That was easy. Wow, so it just triggers it every time. Oh, nice. Granular. Yeah, I didn't play with it this much. That'll be nice. Pretty crazy. All right, so obviously this comes with all of its own, a whole bunch of its own samples. Water. And then the ones that, oh, reverb, yeah. It's an interesting way to make reverb. So I bet that there's... It's so bizarre. To answer your question about port 15, no, I just chose a random one. If you look in, actually it's important if you're not that familiar with FL, or even if you are, because, okay, yeah, sorry, I have a million MIDI devices. So, which is a great example of why I chose port 15. These are different MIDI devices that come in through different ports. For example, my Keylab MK261 that I'm using here, that is port 0, the default. You could map different ports to different plugins if you want to. Yeah, and then, yeah, things like Nodal or Wotja, like those are weird like MIDI processors that run out. They're not plugins, but they run outside of a session. And so if I wanted to like trigger something in FL from that, I could just have that come in through a port and then in any plugin. I mean, let's just say that I had a didn't I have Surge open? Yeah. So I could like open up Surge and then trigger it from outside or with a specific MIDI controller, if I so desired. You know what would actually be really cool? To map this, bring this down here. I am deep in thought. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to map this to 6, and then I'm going to route to this track, and then now I could build onto this with a reverb. So only the synth sound will be reverberated, not the actual beat. It's pretty cool. Some Enigma. Feelings, Shemya. Okay. So, I wonder if I could just find like a... I see what's happening. Clever. So if I wanted to have like a...
My life. Skirt, skirt, skirt. I'm a queen.
Man, I hate vocal samples so much. It's like the worst thing to go through. Let's load in my own orchestral default. This is like the classic orchestral library. All right. Wow. That's so clever. I dig it. Wow, that's nice. I am going to go back to, I'm going to route this back to its channel. So what I was doing was a little complicated for a demo. Let's add byte. Ooh, a riser. Mosquito. That's pretty cool. I dig it. All right, next up. We have Infiltrator, which is the new one. I'm going to make it big So as you can see, this one is pretty complicated. I think the default's just a ladder filter. Yeah. All right, so I could add whatever I want here. Just tape stops. There we go. All right, so let's look at some of the presets because this is clearly a lot more powerful than what I'm using it for. It's actually not a bad tape emulation for what this is. Okay, so another thing I should mention that you may not realize. How do I get back to that? Just get back to a nothing preset. Because they have a sequencer as well, but... Gentle vowel, that seems simple enough. Okay. So, if I go input port 15 and stay on that MIDI, I believe I can change. Yeah. So these are all different things that have different effects in them. So I can be like... I'm just playing my keyboard right now. And they have some of these that are already made under MIDI triggered kits. So here's beat repeaters. Sequenced. That's cool. That's nice. Ooh. I'm kind of looking for something that's just kind of lo-fi, which is never really my like deal, but I just want to make something chill. I mean, this is pretty chill. I don't know if it does really tighten the mix, actually. Hey, I have an idea. How about I just make one instead of like, you know, do my job here. Basic pan. All right. There's I don't know if you guys have ever read the fairy tale about this. Basically, it's just this kid who's really basic pan. Like Peter Pan, but stupid. I don't remember what Peter Pan did. I know there was like Captain Hook involved, but like, what did Peter Pan do? Was he the Oh, he wasn't the puppet whose nose grew. Man, I really am tired. What the fuck did Peter Pan do? Lucy, I'm gonna ask Google. Hold on. Because Google's not been like listening to me lately. Hey Google, who is Peter Pan?
According to Wikipedia, Peter Pan, or The Boy Who Wouldn't Grow Up, or Peter and Wendy, often known simply as Peter Pan, is a work by J.M. Barrie, in the form of a 1904 play and a 1911 novel.
Alright, so he's just a kid who couldn't grow up. That's lame. It's a pretty bad superpower. It's like, oh, he flew. Okay, that's better. That's not what Google said. Google just said that he didn't grow up. It's like, what? He's just immature. So he is basic pan. All right. Anyway, well, I'm glad we could all clear this up. He's known for his peanut butter. All right, so if I want to make something sound lo-fi, if I'm going to use this for an actual functional thing and not just craziness, let's try that. Wait, I'm confused. Oh, no, I'm not. Never mind. Oh wow, so yeah, we could just chain all these together, which is nice. That's good that he didn't get jaded and cynical, because when I think about immortality, I'm just like, no thanks. Like I'm already having trouble with the amount of time that I'm here. Ooh, nice, I could... That's handy. A little too loud. However, that being said, I think that we actually made this otherwise boring sounding drum loop sound pretty cool. Although the delay feedback could go down and the mix can go down. Alright, so let's see what else we have here. I never play with loops, so I like doing it in streams because I don't allow myself to do it anywhere else. And for no reason, man. I've been thinking about this a lot. Like the whole idea is just to like make something that I like and get on with my day. And I'm just so prohibitive of what I allow myself to use, as if it matters. It doesn't. Nice. Maybe I could use Infiltrator on here as well. Ooh, great chords. If only I knew how to make chords. Just kidding, I do. I wonder if we can... how this would sound. Alright. Where my LFO? Oh, duh. Not quite that crazy. And then we could smooth this, hopefully. Can we just randomize this? That'd be cool. Everything should have random, always. I know it sounds ugly, but trust me. That sounds terrible. I'm never going to do that again. Sorry. Oh, nice. Maybe we can slow this down and just have it increase reverb. Yeah, there we go. Beautiful. And then maybe this one should be sped up. Okay, not that slow. I don't understand why. Huh, I thought that size would not change pitch, but it's not that type of reverb. That's okay. Let's just hear it soloed here. Let's hear the whole thing and see if my vision actually panned out to sound decent. Too grody. Maybe if we chilled with this a little bit. I feel like even a 1% mix is like a little too much with that delay, but maybe we'll make it shorter. Like a... There. Confused why it's off by that much. It's like so much more than... It's like so flat. That's better. Okay, another thing I decide I want to do here. Take this beat, isolate that, listen to that for a sec. Kill the very low end. You want to see something cool? This is... So if I go to... I'm just going to go to like any plugin. I guess I'm just going to go to FL Fruit Kick. I haven't really used this much, but it'll do our... probably should do the job. Yeah, perfect. Okay, great. Okay, so here's Fruity Kick, right? I'm going to open up Piano Roll. Let's see if this still works. I'm going to take this loop, drag and drop it into Piano Roll. Can I do that? Oop, there we go. I think. No, I can't. There's a way to do this. Do I remember the name of the loop? Drum loop 6. Yeah. Tape, soul. Okay. There. Okay, see that? That right there that you're looking at? That's me. Believe it or not. That's a feature that I requested in like 2006 or something. I like literally wrote them an email and they were like, sure. And then they added it. Oh, you know what? And also, if you recall, anybody who watches these streams frequently, if you might recall, I did something a couple weeks ago where I had a acid, I was using the transistor bass in FL Studio, and I was complaining that it didn't have like a randomized pattern function. Day later, got an email from ImageLine, from Scott over there. He was like, and I kind of thought it would be like, at first I was like dreading opening it because I was like, oh no, there's going to be like an easy random function. It's going to be like, no, there's a random button right there and you didn't press it. But no, that's not the case. It has like, you could randomize every perimeter or none. And I just was like, oh no, check this out. If you like hit random on any of these like newer 303 clone synths, it only randomized the pattern, the swing, the on-off, etc. And it's very awesome to just hit random until you hear a acid line you like and then go to town. And he was like, okay, it'll be in the next update. I was like, whoa, amazing. What a great company. All right, so the reason I did this is because we could actually add things on time. We could see all the different transients because this is obviously not perfectly, this beat's not perfectly quantized, so I'm going to put this little kick loop in here. Pattern 1. Oh, this is the wrong loop. I'm so stupid. Is it? Oh, I see. Never mind. Boop, 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 boop. We could do it this way for now. All right. Yeah, so you could actually see that, like, that they're starting a little off. So we could just turn off quantizing. I forgot how long this drum loop was. Are you sure this is 70 BPM, man? you say so. Yeah, you could definitely hear how offbeat this is. I swear there's a good reason for this. You'll know in a minute. My advice is for things like this, listen to it with your eyes shut. Don't look at the grid. You can actually remove the bitmap grid of FL Studio if you like just go in and change the file name, or at least you were able to. I haven't done it in a bit. Maybe it might be a good idea to save my session as usual. Let's go call this one Stream Church. All right. All right. And now I will load up Motobase. Seems like a good option here. Sorry, just looking at the chat. Oh, I want that violin bass. Yeah, I have one of these. I found it in the dumpster. Like in 1999. I still have it. It's such a pile of garbage. Doesn't even have pickups in it. But if you mic it, can I go to a drop D, please? Action high. Gauge heavy. Old. Do we really care about this? I do. Speaking of pickups, I ordered a it's from the 70s. It's a hand wound pedal steel pickup. It's used, but it apparently works. And yeah, I'm excited. It's a humbucker for my pedal steel, but I have to it doesn't fit perfectly, and I have to my pedal steel, by the way, I need to do a video on that because it is pretty interesting. It's such a crazy instrument. Like there's so many levers and stuff, and the way you make melody on it is so crazy and complicated and beautiful. And I'm a lefty though, so I had to completely re-engineer the entire thing and just yeah. Which either means that I'm going to be able to sell it whenever I decide to sell it, I'm going to be able to sell it for a ton of money or none, because everybody's going to be like, dude. I need to see if Motobase is yeah, and drum. I need to, yeah, because this is really amazing for physical modeling. I really dig this. But whatever, it'll do the job here too. Oh yeah, we want to speed this up. And everything should speed up accordingly. Wonderful. I like just figuring out how we could reharmonize the melody from the bass. It's like my favorite thing to do. Let's just call this one bass. And then reroute that to here. And then the drum, the kick drum, rather, can go here. Yeah, we're already ducking perfectly. So, what would be the right way? All right, I like the step up. Sometimes you need to go up. All right. What happened? Why do we have different notes playing? Should I make it sound depressing? Oh no, I didn't pawn off my spare graphics cards yet. I wonder if they're going to be worth that much now that crypto is shit the bed. Okay, another trick you want to use. This is just something I do with when I'm actually playing bass. This is why I do in piano too. If you look at if you are a member of my Patreon and you have my last album, all of the piano MIDI of it, you could tell that I do these flams all the time. Like I'll go instead of just going up to a note. This is a jazz thing too. So, well, it's the first time in my life where I don't have a guitar within arm's reach. Where the fuck is my guitar? Oh, it's on the other end of there. Anyway, in jazz, rather than in rock, you bend up to notes and stuff. And in jazz, just from the way that guitars were, jazz guitar, not only do you, I guess for anybody who's interested in this, I could show you in a second. Hang on one second, I'll show you. Well, once you hear this, it's going to ruin it, and you're never going to be able to unhear it. So, I'm glad that I have an acoustic because, the first jazz guitars were the hollow bodies. They were kind of like electric acoustics. They were modeled to play like acoustics. This is before rock. And so if you were to go up to a note, the jazz guitar was essentially first just trying to play saxophone parts. It's just like... And so another thing that saxophone parts do a lot is that rather than in a rock solo or something, you'll go in a jazz solo, if you were to play that same scale, you'd be you would kind of go around the scale differently. You could still go up and down, but you kind of you generally, the notes that you play next to each other can differ pretty greatly. So, but the big thing that I'm talking about, and the thing that you're going to notice here in pretty much all my music, and this is something that just doesn't sound right to me to go like, what are we playing here? No, I don't. I'm an octave up, so it's going to be a little awkward, obviously. But yeah, all right. So in rock, I guess if you were to play a solo over this. So, and that's because they had electric guitars with thin gauge strings. But in jazz, and also because saxophones can't go, you would go these little flams. And then another thing you could do is also seek. So if I were to go like, if this were the note that I wanted to reach by going like that, I would go and so final example, I'm gonna play like just a little piece. Can you hear the guitar okay? So, yeah, really fast. I will play Amazing Grace, which is like, I know a million different ways to play it. It's like my basic song. So I'm going to play it, and you're going to hear a lot of notes that normally wouldn't make sense, and there's going to be a lot of that. So really fast. I'm sure I'll mess it up. Also, this LS208 Lawton audio mic. I'm like falling in love with it completely. I'm excited to hear it on a guitar. So, yeah, let us slide around. So, back to this track and how this all makes sense. I do this a ton with piano as well. And then here, we'll do it with the bass. And let's see how drastically different it sounds. This way, it's almost like if you were to like program a 303 and put an accent on a certain note, it's almost like that, but you don't actually have to put the accent with volume. Maybe lower this one a little bit, but... I don't know what note to land on. I do like E. Is that E that I want? Nope, that's F sharp. All right. Man, all the notes lower sound so deceiving, don't they? Definitely not getting the effect as much as I want. And it's because we're ducking, that's the problem. If we turn off the kick, you could hear it. I don't know if I should have a fill. I kind of like the bass being boring. Decisions. The ghost channel is kind of screwing me up a little bit, I think. My own feature. Okay, again, use your ears. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring this up an octave. Not permanently, but just because, I don't know, it might be my headphones, but everything's very deceiving. Am I crazy? Yeah. God. Maybe I need to hear it. Huh. That sounds so wrong here, but right here. What the fuck? And right here, okay. Something is. This is so bizarre. I might actually change basses entirely, which is going to be like so frustrating, right? Because I spent so much time tuning this one, but this is like, this is not cool. Maybe if I do this where the other thing is playing, I might get a better sense of what's going on with the tuning. No chance in hell that's happening. Maybe I should just use Surge. Not for the total bass in general, but I mean, this would be an easier way to get past this part of the track, wouldn't it, to program the bass line? Are we at legato? Yes, okay. Yeah, this will make things easier, I hope. Wow, yeah, that is so off. Fuck's sake. All right. I thought I was crazy too. I was like, man, is it like that? Like the notes didn't make sense. All right. This reminds me of one time I was in Detroit in a medium-sized venue, and I believe it had 2 stages actually, but so maybe it was a larger size venue. But I was playing the main stage, and it was in this room that was like shaped like an octagon kind of, and I was playing with Richard Devine and Jimmy Edgar and Otto von Schirach. There's like a whole crew. And I was the only person playing who had an instrument. I had a guitar, because I always perform with a guitar, unless I have like a broken hand or something. And I remember doing sound check and being like, I didn't have that much time. I just kind of like, made sure that like I had audio, and then couldn't really test anything else. There wasn't time. Detroit was always kind of like that, just terribly. Also, if you're a musician who plays an instrument and you are playing an electronic music show, sound check is going to suck. So because everybody else is just like sound checking a laptop with an audio interface, and you have all this other stuff. So I play my set, and I noticed that my guitar had somehow, I figured from the trip or from the humidity or from all the people in there, my guitar had gone up a step in tuning. It actually tightened, like the fretboard moved, and I was like, oh God. So I had to play everything, which is weird, right? Because like if you're playing any sort of chord with open strings, you have to like make up for it by like, doing a bar chord somewhere else. And it was actually very stressful. And at the end of it, I was like, towards the end of the set, I was like, man, I'm getting through this pretty well considering what's going on. I don't have time to tune my guitar. Can't really figure it out. Turns out that there wasn't proper monitoring in the room, and the sound was going around this octagon and coming back to me a semitone down from how I was playing it. And so, yeah, essentially everything I played was a semitone off to the audience, who probably was like too fucked up on drugs to notice anyway. But like, talk about a disaster. Like one semitone off for everything. And here I am being like, I'm amazing. I'm doing this right, because like I had like a little earpiece as well. But yeah, most of what I was hearing was the wrong signal. Anyway, it was the worst. I like this chord, but that's so boring. do my little flams. Oh, nice. It saved my settings. I don't know what the 5-string does. Is that... Oh, it allows me to get lower. Okay, I didn't realize that. I never even bothered. Sweet. Well, then I'm going down. Oh, that's way too... Oh, I'm still in surge. Never mind. Yeah, I could go down a whole octave. Duh. All right, let's start from the bottom. I left this here on accident, but I don't mind it. Does sound so weird. It's so bizarre what's happening. Like, I don't... Also, why do I hear two basses? I think it's the tuning of the samples, honestly. That has to be it. Let me just hear it here. I mean, it's going to show up in the mic, but let me actually hear it. It could be my headphones could just have a weird harmonic. It does sound odd. Yeah, that G never works. Nope, Surge is muted. This is a million times better, though, now that I actually hear the sub. Alright, now let's hear it with this. Yeah, alright. Back to this issue. Sometimes you try to go out of tune intentionally and it doesn't work out. All right. Let's see if it sounds decent in my headphones again. It sounds like ugly, but I like it. But I don't understand why this sounds so ugly. I mean, I think the sample's just ugly. Right, let's put it in the duck. Put it in the duck track. Yeah. Oh, it's so hard to get it like 10 cents. It's like, I think it's like 20 cents off. Okay, sorry to leave Infiltrator here, but I'm going to go to Baby Audio's Super VHS. Yeah. That'll give me all I need. Hey, play that detune. What other options do we have in this weird sample? Wow. Oops. Ooh. What a good sample library. What did the bass, what's the original bass do? Not the one I added in. What a cop-out it would be if I used that, huh? It makes me feel nothing. Put this flute over that. would dig that for like the beginning. Throw it in there. Okay, get rid of the space. Yeah, I think the digital clipping, I think it's just happening in OBS. Like I don't hear it here, I only hear it in OBS. But I can see it going into the red every now and then. Gonna need a DX7 or something. Nice. They even work. Doesn't this have Pigment's reverb in it? Like hidden away? I want something that could like... There. That's about perfect. Okay, and... I know this has, yeah. Some actually really good... me preview this. I need a street scene. Urban night. How about urban rain? Choral music. There is actually a pretty long video. If you search my channel, you can find I did a very long video all about it. The pros, the cons, how it happened, all that stuff. Should we duck the ambience? Yeah, so to go back to the Devious machine thing, I'm just in a mellow mood, right? So, where am I using it? Using it with the drums. Oh yeah, sorry, it says basic pan, but I'm using overdrive. I'm mixing it this way. I was using it somewhere else. Oh yeah, that didn't work out very well. I was using it to create like a tape effect. I just don't, I don't know where to put it right now. I'm thinking, but I don't know, you know, sometimes it just takes you in a different place. I will, like, in a second, I'll give this up and go on to the, the DX7 preset is ROM1B27 loot. And then I adjusted OP5 and OP4 a little bit. And then, of course, added some reverb. Man, 51 concurrent viewers. So this is like, it's like even streaming Shadowban. Crazy. Like, was getting a solid 200 a couple weeks ago. Man, they really decimated my channel's performance. Like, God, I don't know what to do. I mean, I'm gonna keep doing it because I have a Patreon, and that keeps me, you know, paid for doing it. I have, I'm not gonna give away details, but I have like a many $1,000 synth on the way to cover. So whatever. Hopefully companies don't get too spooked by it. Anyway, let's put all of this through a compressor, and then do one more run through of it. I don't know what to put it through. You know what one of my favorite little compressors is? And it's an older version too, because the newer version I do not like as much, which could just be all in my head. I could be completely crazy, but anyway. This guy. It's so tiny. Vintage warmer. Listen to that noise. Alright. I'm gonna have to turn down the overall mix, obviously. Otherwise it's gonna be blurry. But you give it some drive here. Alright. That was nice. Okay. Start over. Real fast. Before shutting this shit down. Alright, I don't know what to do. Maybe a drum machine probably would be good. Let's go with Geist 2, because I know that has presets. I'm not going to like make another original. Well, that wasn't really an original track, was it? I was playing with samples, but yeah. Here's something I made before called Generative Popper. See what that's like. Okay. Maybe this didn't load the way that it should have, or I just suck. Let's go with acoustic breakbeat. Loops, beats, Rex, beat 1. All right. Oh, this is weird. I don't know what's happening right now. Oh, I see what's happening. It loaded it into my already crazy thing. All right. Let's not do that again. God, God, why don't I just install things the way that I'm supposed to? Dusty drum machines. Presets. Kits. Really? Never mind. Electronica. Let's just go in the Geist 2 factory. Presets. Full presets. These aren't presets, though, are they? Can't I just load a full... I knew that this would happen. I knew it. I knew that if I open this up, this would be the case. Pattern banks. Maybe I should just reload this. Can I? I'm so tired. I thought I could refresh it, but whatever. Start over. All right, homie. Where were we? I didn't think that City of Drum and Beats would be drum and bass. I thought it would just be like, all right. How about 132 BPM Klabam? Kabam. Never fucking mind, man. Doesn't FL Studio have a, oh, what is the name of it? I really need to be a better FL Studio user. I always forget the stuff that they have. I thought they had a little, like, drum machine with a bunch of presets. All I need is some preset drum sounds. Why can I not remember the name of it? It had, like, a little acid machine in it. All right. I forget. Oh, Egoist. I haven't played with this in forever. This has a bunch of just like automatic cool sounding things, I think. No, it should have bass and drum. What is happening? My goodness. I could have sworn that Egoist had drums. Maybe that's why I never played with it again, because it just... I guess we'll go to... Nope. Oh yeah, this is running on its own internal sequencer. This one's not going to do it either. Guys, what is wrong with me right now? Why can I not find anything that fills this itch of just... I mean, I know Break Tweaker does it, but that is like way too many effects already. I guess my Utonic, and if they tell me to log in, or if they like tell me that I'm not... Okay. Yeah, this'll do. Utonic has this like thing that they do where they're always just like, you don't own this software. Log in and re-register it, like always when I'm in the middle of a session. Okay. Now, we'll blast this through Infiltrator. Guys, let me in the club. Thanks. Alright, I actually need to make this run long enough to... That's nice. I don't know why I don't open things like this. Oh, now I do. I feel like this is just my new thing.
Reflection, can you see my reflection? Reflection, can you see my reflection? Reflection, can you see my reflection? Reflection, can you see? Look into the do you want to know? 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 The truth. Do you want to know? 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 Do you want to know?
I don't know where to land that. Can I give her a super bassy one?
Do you want to know? 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 Do you want to know?
See if we can get away with a D sharp.
Do you want to know? Do you want to know?
you want to know the truth? Let's speed this up. Make some D&B. All right. Mutonic, I'm firing you for a sec. I know I have some jungle loops. Jungle loops. That's a good one. Do you want to know the truth? I have a bunch of jungle loops. All right. Come on, I know I have like an amen. Oh, kind of. I mean, these are already programmed. I just want like a straight up amen. I had a whole amen folder and I deleted it because I was using them too much like 10 years ago. More than 10 years ago. Nero drum and bass. I don't know what that means. I guess garbage snares is what that means. Where are we? 165? Yeah. I like this loop. I dig that. And I want to know the truth. So, let's hear the truth. Let's plug this into 5. 6 rather. All right. Truth time, everybody. I wonder if I have any, like, you know, drum and bass loops that are like... Oh, there you go. There's Apache. Not the original, though. Oh, I hate beatbox samples. Oh, hate them. It's like the opposite of ASMR. They make me irate. It's like, who ever uses that shit? Who is ever like, man, I want some beatboxing in my music? Look at that. You always gotta mix amen weird. Like, here's my advice if you're ever gonna make breakcore. I'm gonna put this into 5. Maybe I will make it a mono trigger so that doesn't happen. Okay. I'm going to put it through some overdrive. Ooh, they changed Blood Overdrive quite dramatically. Haven't used this in ages. There we go. That's how to do it. Now, who wants to know the truth? Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, we need to route this into this channel. All right. Instant flashbulb. I dig that. Epic. You want to know one of my favorite plugins for this type of weird stuff? It is a stretch plugin that has no interface, created by Deep Blue before he made Glitch, which is, 20 years old. And I don't know if you could still get it. I think it's 32-bit only. I'm sure it's 32-bit only, but check this out. Is it in the right channel? Yeah. So if I trigger it, I'll check out that beat cutter. It sounds interesting. Well, I could pee and then come back and say bye, or I could just hold my pee and tell you that I'm going to say bye. Yeah, that thing's fun. I'll check out the beat cutter. Any questions? Infiltrator. All of this stuff's on sale right now. Let me look it up. Yeah, Infiltrator is 30% off. If you just wanted Infiltrator, you could get it for $97. If you just wanted Pitch Monster, it could cost even more, which is crazy because I think Infiltrator is the big guy here. Duck is $28. Texture, which was interesting. If you watched that, that was a lot of fun. That's $111. Or you can buy everything for $247.63. And if you joined my Patreon for as little as $1, you'd get 10% off that, which would save you $24.76, which is you know, it's a used Xbox game. It's a what else could you buy for that? Your prescriptions, maybe, if you have a copay. Anyway, I think I'm shadow banned because I covered crypto stuff, meaning I just talked about the future of NFTs, and also it also could have something to do with and I think what is even more likely is I had a Audible thing in a video where I talked about Audible, where I obviously got paid for it. It funded a video where I could go on a trip out of town to a swamp, and I talked about Audible for a minute, and I didn't click the paid promotion thing, so there isn't a paid promotion warning in the beginning of it. And I thought that the paid promotion thing meant that, like, if like deviant machines, or sorry, devious machines were giving me $500 to say this was cool, then I would have to put that. That's what I thought it meant. It just means that there's advertising in it in any way. And so, like, I won't take money for an opinion, but I will, take money to recommend you a book, an audiobook that I was genuinely listening to. So, anyway, big mistake there. It's a good thing that every television show that has any product placement has a paid promotion thing under it. But, oh, wait, no, that doesn't happen. But yeah. All right. I am skedaddling. I have to pee really bad. And I will see you next week. I'll probably have a video out before then, hopefully. God, I really hope so. All right.